Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Arun Verma. I'm Faculty of Judicial Sciences, Rama University. Today I'm going to teach you an interesting topic, that is cybercrime and kinds of cybercrimes. And we all know that we have seen a rise in cybercrimes, and unfortunately India is one of those countries where maximum number of cybercrimes has been noticed. We will start with the definition part. So here we have a simple definition, that is cybercrime is an unlawful act wherein the computer is either a tool or target or both. So here we need to focus on certain words like computer. So computer does not mean that we are focusing on personal computers, laptops, smartphone, etc. No. Here computer means a device which is programmable. It can be a cell phone, laptop, a machine, a robot, likewise. Next, we will focus on tool or target. As we know that to commit a cyber crime, we need to have understanding of this IT infrastructure and technology. The same time, we need a device so that with the help of that device, we can penetrate into a system to commit a cyber crime. So that is why it can be used as a tool or target. So second important thing, that next person will be a device, and affected person can be the owner of that device, but ultimately it is device that will be targeted, and both. So there are certain scenario where computer will be a tool as well as target. Okay. So next we will discuss about new challenges. As we know that we have seen the growth of artificial intelligence, augmented reality and mixed reality, and because of this artificial intelligence, augmented reality and mixed reality, we are about to witness a new series of cyber crimes. And unfortunate part is this, that existing laws are not competent enough to deal with such kind of cyber crimes. For example, cyber murder. So cyber murder is a very interesting example of it. So it's a case of a USA where what a hacker did, he hacked a hospital website, and after hacking that hospital's website, he changed the dose of a patient, and because of overdose that person died, because that hospital was totally computerized and all the medicines were given on the basis of subscriptions given by the doctor on a touch screen, and accordingly nurse did that and ultimately patient died. Next interesting case is cyber rape, and it's a really very interesting case. One will amazed to know that how a cyber rape can happen, but it's a recent case, and we have seen that Facebook, it's a new company Meta. So Meta is developing a platform for youth, and while developing, those programmers, they all had their avatars, and what they did, their avatar, there was one lady, and they raped that lady. It was all virtual, there was no physical harm to lady, but the impact on that lady was like a real rape. So it's a really serious concern and we need to focus on it. And this AR, augmented reality and mixed reality will worsen such kind of things, because new technology will help you to feel senses, because these technology will also connect with your senses, neurons, etc., etc. Next is deep fake video. So there was a case with regard to a picture, to check whether that picture was the original one or fake one, and they took help of expert from the Hollywood, and they said if you want to make that quality of fake picture, you need to spend millions of dollars. But you will amazed to know today, with the help of certain sophisticated software, if I'll have 40 pictures of yours with different angles, I can make a perfect video. And you can imagine a scenario where I have captured a video and that video is not published anywhere else. And what I did, I made a deepfake video using your pictures, using that video. People will realize that it is you, not the other one. So that is a future crime. Okay, most of the person are doing it for fun, but here I would like to tell you that on cyber world nothing is like fun. If somebody will complain, so you will about to face legal consequences. Next is legal person. So this is a new era, and we know that Sophia is the first robot and legal status has been given to Sophia. So imagine a scenario where a robot is committing a cyber crime. Then an important question arises that who will be liable for that crime? Either that robot itself, because it's a artificial person, it is having its own identity, or the programmer or the company they manufactured that robot. So it's a very complicated thing, and there are greater possibilities that one can hack that robot, and by hacking that robot you can kill someone. And some developed countries like USA and Israel, they are working on it. They want to develop their own robotic army. So it will be a new challenge, and there will be a new challenge also on the front of human rights, because it is questionable whether these robots will identify militant or civilians, because it is quite difficult for a robot to identify whether a person is a militant or a civilian. And imagine if they killed a civilian, who will be held responsible for that, and it can trigger world war also. For easy understanding, I have divided cyber crimes into major 4 categories, that cyber crime against person. So under this heading cyber crime against person, we have some example, that cyber stalking. As you know that cyber crime against person means that all those crimes where a person is getting affected because of those crimes. For example, cyber stalkings. So you know what is cyber stalkings. So if anyone chases you on social media platform without your consent, and because of that you are in a fear that in a real world someone can chase you and can attack, so that is a greater concern for the women. Next is dissemination of obscene material. So it is quite easy to upload obscene material, and we have seen most of the popular OTT platform, there is a ample obscene material available. Okay, and the unfortunate part is that they are uploading these material from a place where our jurisdiction is not applicable. So that is worsening the issue. Next, defamation, hacking, etc. So you know what is defamation? You can criticize someone, you can make memes of someone, you can spread fake news about someone. It is quite easy for cyber criminals to publish it on social media, spread it on WhatsApp and Instagram, to humiliate someone, to defame someone. So it's a cyber crime. Unfortunately, most of the persons are not aware that if you receive such material, that is not a crime. But if you share that content, then you can be responsible for that, and you can you need to pay either fine or face the consequences in the form of imprisonment also. Next is cybercrime against property. So property here does not mean that we are talking about real world property. Here we are talking about intellectual property. Imagine a scenario where you have written a manuscript of software, likewise things, and somebody steals it from your device. Okay, so that is a problem with the intellectual property. Okay, because it is quite easy for the hackers, because they know if you are a scientist, they already know that you are a scientist, you are working for the defense, etc., etc. So that is why they deliberately install malware or Trojan horse viruses into your system in order to steal certain informations. Cyber squatting is really very interesting crime. You know that there is a domain name. So what they does, um, they register a domain name, for example yahoo.com. So they will misspell it yahoo.com and get it registered. And unfortunate part is that most of the person, they don't pay attention whether they are logging on yahoo.com or yahoo.com. So okay, so in that case the financial interest of the company are getting affected. And another version is like, I'm having a company registered in India, and I want to expand my business, so I want to work in Europe. So when I go there and want to get a domain name, it is already registered there, and if I want that registration number, I need to pay more money. So that is a kind of problem for the corporate world. Cyber vandalism. So it was one of the oldest cyber crime. So it has been seen that in the United States, some university students, they didn't get good marks in the end-term examination. So what they did, they do the sabotage activity, they destroy their hard disk, etc., etc. And but nowadays we are not seeing such kind of old cyber crimes. Hacking, you are all familiar with the hacking. Transmitting viruses. So people transmit viruses for different purposes. They transmit virus in order to corrupt your system. They can transmit viruses in order to steal confidential information from your system, or they want to delete data, etc., etc. So that is cyber crime against property. Next is cyber crime against government. It is interesting that how government is being affected because of cyber crime. Perfect example is cyber terrorism. So you can imagine a scenario where a group of terrorists, they hack government critical IT infrastructure.